Nowadays, well-known designers are taking on movie theatres. Discover these new decors, which are the height of comfort. A touch of colour, almost like a signature, in the middle of this brand new movie theatre. Designed by Philippe Starck, the Cinéma des Lumières is actually situated within the Royal Monceau Palace Hotel and has 100 or so seats for film previews and other cinematic events. More and more movie theatres like this one are being renovated by well-known designers. The Nouvelle Odeon in Saint-Germain-des-Prés was redesigned by the very talented Nathalie Grasset, who focused on the reception area. We are very visible from the outside. We open out onto the street, so it's full of light and there's a direct flow to the theatre with a separate area where people can sit down at tables. Or for more conviviality, we have a little room upstairs. Even the projection booth opens out to the exterior. During the renovation works a few months ago, some regulars were taken aback by this non-conformist decor.
I heard it all. What is it? Will it be a cinema? Does the design of the tables and chairs downstairs mean it's going to be a crèche?
And the advantage of using a designer like Nathalie Grasset is that you're definitely going to get some press. This is an independent movie theatre, so we also wanted to mark the difference between the multiplexes and the smaller local cinemas. Small cinemas which make a statement. This is also the case for the Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where renovation work has just begun. And here again we see some innovative designs. There will be a cocktail room behind the screen in this movie theatre for premieres or special occasions. So people will actually be standing on the podium in a theatre. And in the race for wackiest movie theatre decor, the clear winner is India Madhavi, who designed the Germain Paradiso. Leopard skin carpet, turquoise walls, a stylish jungle feel. A room for 24-seated guests that can be rented for private projections. The watchword for small cinemas nowadays is comfort. At the Balzac, a stone's throw away from the Champs-Élysées, Theatre 3 has recently been renovated.
There used to be 81 seats before I renovated the cinema, and now there are only 55. Can you see the extra comfort and space? I had high-quality seating installed. The chairs are deep, comfortable, positioned right in front of the screen, and spectators appreciate that. It's like travelling first class.
A special welcome and pampered spectator makes a strong argument for choosing independent cinemas over multiplexes. Philippe Tournaire creates buildings out of precious stones. We meet this extraordinary jeweller who has won over Paris's Place Vendôme. We're in Montbrison, near to Saint-Étienne, and it's in this house that a unique jewellery designer has set up his workshop. Rings and pendants that represent cities, monasteries, monuments. It's these different structures that have made Philippe Tournaire famous.
This was inspired by New York. There is a street, parallel roads and buildings that actually exist.
New York and also Paris and Moscow. Chalet-style buildings, traditional Chinese structures, and also palaces worthy of the Arab Emirates.
I've always been fascinated by history, and architecture is what remains from the past, and I have always made my jewellery stone by stone.
Philippe Tournaire is self-taught, and despite having studied electronics, he was in some way destined to be a jeweller.
I always loved making jewellery, objects and little sculptures, and one day my passion for this became stronger than for my other profession. I was 23 years old, and I set up business as a precious metal sculptor. To begin with, I worked on my own here, but this wasn't the case for very long.
Philippe Tournaire's jewellery has been so successful that he's since hired and trained 20 or so people. There are those who set the jewellery and also those who design it using 3D imaging.
I start from a sketch, which we then turn into a highly accurate volume design.
Here, for example, the Taj Mahal is turned into a ring with an impressive attention to detail.
The outside minarets are further away, but we have compressed them so it's less intense. We are going to add diamonds, which will symbolize the dome. We still have a great deal of finishing touches to add.
This piece was ordered by a client from India. Philippe Tournaire has become internationally renowned since opening a boutique in the famous Place Vendôme in Paris, well known for its high-end jewelers.
People from abroad have discovered my creations by chance, by visiting the boutique. They would not have seen my work if the boutique was in Montbrison, so being here is a fabulous help.
And yet nothing could persuade Philippe to move. He comes home, which is just 5 minutes' drive from the town centre, to recharge his batteries. And it has to be said, his house is strangely reminiscent of his famous jewellery.
This is a 14th century house, so it has real character. It has got soul. It is a house that inspires. There is a kind of completeness to it.
And Philippe Tournaire is proud to have passed on this passion for jewellery to his children, and so his business will no doubt become a family affair.